And we take Pro Night. Our athletes, our fighters take Pro Night. It's a great nighttime supplement to help recovery. Protein, great, and it's only 2 grams of carbohydrate per serving. So very low, doesn't gain the fighter's weight.
Hey everybody, Marcos Villegas here in Los Angeles, being joined with the one and only Bob Arum, who is promoting this card on Friday on ESPN+. His champion, as you like to say it, Vasyl Lomachenko, defending his title against Anthony Crolla. A fight that, to be honest, a lot of fans were looking at him and be like, you know, but it could maybe end up being a good fight. What are your thoughts on it?
It'll be an interesting fight. Crolla is a real good pro. He'll be in there trying, and people will be able to see this once-in-a-generation talent, Lomachenko, perform. You know, anytime you see Lomachenko in with a really good, tough pro, it doesn't matter how competitive it ultimately is, but you see a master at work, and that's worth everything.
I asked Lomachenko what makes him so different, what makes him so special. He says that it's the training that he got from his father. But in your opinion, what makes him so special, you think, from your years of seeing really special fighters?
It's the training he got from his father. He's absolutely correct. He is disciplined. He really has developed a skill set because of his father like no other fighter I've ever seen. You know, you take, well, is he better than Crawford? Well, Crawford is different. Terrence is like Sugar Ray Leonard. So I think Terrence is a great fighter. You know, you can argue if he's number one, Lomachenko's number one. But I've seen Terrence Crawford before when I watched Sugar Ray Leonard. I've never seen Vasyl Lomachenko before.
What are your plans for him after this fight, if he gets through? Like, what do you want to do with him?
I want him to fight twice more this year. Comey is a possibility. If Garcia is going to go down to 135 and realize that his marketability has been affected by the poor performance against Spence. I know Spence was a bigger guy, but you don't go in and take people's money and don't try to win. He didn't try to win that fight. He tried to survive. But if he's at 135, that would be a good fight. And then next year, hopefully, if Teofimo Lopez continues, match them right after the Super Bowl.
So that Mikey fight is the fight that obviously everybody wants to see, and he would be the final piece in the puzzle if Lomachenko wants to be undisputed. How does that fight get made? Like, realistically?
I don't know how that fight gets made. Mikey seems to talk for himself. First, he has to decide whether he can come down to 135. He might not be able to. If he doesn't, the fight won't be made. Hopefully, Luke Campbell ends up with the BC belt. And if Luke ends up with the BC belt, that'll be the 4th unification. Because Loma is looking for the opportunity to fight in the UK, and he'd be happy to go over and fight Luke Campbell. So let's see what happens. But I think the big pay-per-view fight for Loma, if Teofimo continues with this wild, wild streak, is Loma and Teofimo. That's the fight that people will want to see and pay for.
But you got to build Teo a little bit more, right? To build his profile, build his name.
Well, we're building. I mean, again, he's fighting.
He's not at the level of a Mikey, obviously, like name level-wise. It's going to take a while to build him up.
In New York, he has a bigger audience than Garcia. It's the truth. Mikey Garcia is a good fighter, but it's essentially Mexican. Teofimo really resonates with the Puerto Ricans and the Hondurans back east. And Teofimo is a showman. It's not like Mikey, who, you know, goes in and fights and is not really interesting as a person. Teofimo and his father are really interesting people. And as long as he keeps performing for the rest of the year, believe me, Loma and Teofimo is a much bigger fight than Loma and Garcia.